Viewer discretion is advised.
Because your science is really frozen in the dungeons of conservatism and in the dungeons of orthodoxy.
I've just done a lot of research into the early history of crystals, and there are remedies or recipes for keeping people safe.
Is if you look at the molecular formula for water, which is H2O, I believe that the hydrogen is gratitude and oxygen is love.
Electricity. It has become an integral part of our everyday lives. As humans, we've observed this effect for centuries. Even ancient Romans used to believe that electrical charges from fish such as torpedo rays could have healing properties. Needless to say, a lot has changed since those days. Wherever electricity flows, both electrical and magnetic fields exist. For years, allegations have been made about the adverse health consequences related to exposures to these extremely low-frequency electromagnetic fields. These claims may include childhood cancers, depression, suicide, reproductive dysfunction, and my personal favorite, EMF radiation has been said to misalign your chi. The World Health Organization's Electrical Magnetic Fields and Public Health Fact Sheet concluded that scientific evidence supporting the association between ELF magnetic field exposures and all of these health effects is weak, and in some instances, such as cardiovascular disease or breast cancer, the evidence suggests that these fields do not cause them at all. But the WHO is a Nazi Communist Obama government organization, and they say absolutely nothing about the powers of the chi. So how can we take their scientifically proven evidence as a fact? Everything in creation is made up of electromagnetic energy vibrating at different frequencies that correspond to sound, light, and color. The existence of electromagnetic fields around every object in the world, known as an aura, is a scientifically proven fact. The Chinese refer to this energy as qi, the vital life force of energy of the universe, present within every living thing. Western medical science is now beginning to take a serious look at ancient Far Eastern traditions that focus on qi, the life force energy which flows through the pathways or chakras of all living forms, in order to maintain health and wellness, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Various illnesses are often seen as the product of disrupted or unbalanced qi movements through such channels, including blockages, deficiencies or imbalances of qi in the various Zhang Fu organs. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, qi is an electromagnetic field directed through the chakras. And it sounds pretty important. I mean, the Chinese call it a vital life force, and I definitely don't want any illnesses in my Zhang Fu organs. So how can I keep away all of this negative and toxic energy? Oh, here we go. The Qi Machine.
The Qi Machine is the culmination of 38 years of research and development by Dr. Shizuo Inuo. The way to keep healthy is to absorb oxygen in the air efficiently. We need to follow the example of fish. Let the body swing gently.
Wait a minute. Fish don't absorb oxygen through the air. I don't know. I'm not really convinced about... Well, on the other hand, this does look like a well-researched, clinically tested, scientifically proven healthcare aid. Okay, how much? Whoa. Okay, well maybe there's another way to align my chi that isn't quite so expensive.
I've written yet another book on psychic self-protection because I find I keep learning all the time and I've always got something new to say.
Hey, I remember this lady. She was from my Emmy Award-winning title scene. I'm sure that she can tell me a cheap and reliable way to unblock your chi. Let's have a listen.
You can also do things like wear crystals, and the book's full of crystals. This is one that I wore because I was coming up on a train. I use crystals because, to me, they are the most wonderful tools. They have been used for at least 5,000 years, and I've just done a lot of research into the early history of crystals, and there are remedies or recipes for keeping people safe that go back 5,000 years, and so they've been imbued with people's intent and expectation for all that time. What can the crystal do for me, or what tool is best for me?
Of course, crystals. It makes so much sense. Crystals are known to be able to unblock your chakras using quantum vibrations, which would completely explain this out-of-context Wikipedia article. As humans, we exist in the 49th octave of vibration of the electromagnetic light spectrum. Below this range are barely visible radiant heat, then invisible infrared, television, radio waves, and sound and brain waves. Above is barely visible ultraviolet, then the invisible frequencies of chemicals and perfumes, followed by X-rays, gamma rays, radium waves, and unknown cosmic rays.
Did you hear anything in there that convinces you?
You asked Dan what I meant by woo-woo. That is the very embodiment of woo-woo. Stringing together at a rapid patter of a bunch of scientific sounding words sprinkled in with some spiritual new age words doesn't mean anything.
Well, I think I know a little bit more about science than you, Dr. Michael Shermer, adjunct professor at Claremont Graduate University. You obviously haven't seen the various and sporadic YouTube videos and New Age forums that I've seen. Next, you're going to tell me that human beings don't actually vibrate in the 49th octave of the electromagnetic light spectrum, and that the only electromagnetic radiation people emit is infrared, which is just conversion of chemical energy into heat. That's ridiculous. It's not heat, it's your aura. That's like saying that brainwaves aren't in fact EM radiation, but millions of neurons pushing on other neurons, similar to the waves that you do in the bleachers at a football game. No, it's your aura, and we can cleanse your aura with magic crystals. See?